Welcome to Goon Squad Anime, where we talk about all the anime that you're going to be watching. I'm Ron from Chicago.
I'm MC2K.
I'm Asian Nick.
And today we're going to be covering your favorite, Black Clover, To the Heart Kingdom, episode 128. This episode flew by too fast.
Yeah, it kind of like tricks you because it started off super slow with Finral and his brother.
Right, and then it just picks up really super fast. I mean, it seemed like, usually they're like 23-minute episodes, but it felt like it was only 10 minutes.
Oh, because the first half of the episode, they're talking about going to the Heart Kingdom, and they tell Yami what happened when they was at
Gordon's.
Yeah, at Gordon's
family's place.
family place,
Yeah, so Gordon stays back and starting to learn from his dad Nathan.
Learn some curse magic.
Yeah, and then Yami's like, "What's up with these two freaking
I guess it was
Gansh and
Gray,
yeah, are just sitting in the corner." So and he tells Yami we need to go to the Heart Kingdom because that's where all the biggest curse is.
He's like, okay.
Okay, I'll find out. And he's like, we can't go. Yeah, so the Heart Kingdom is protected by a bunch of magic traps, and he's like
huge mana zone apparently.
Right. And so Asa's like, well, I can use my nullification magic, and he's like, no, they'll know, and basically like, hey, it'll be like an act of war if we try to break through their defenses. And so Noelle's like, hey, I remember Mimosa, did a kind of like a student exchange program to the Heart Kingdom, so let's go talk to her. So they go back to the Clover Kingdom, and Finral takes him there, and he's like, hey, they're all asking him like, hey, why are you so happy to be our transport? Usually you're putting up a thing, and so he's like, oh, I have to go visit someone. So he goes visit his brother Lingris, and so
tells him that he's gonna be the head of the family.
Yep, he has a new sense of power and purpose. He's like, I'm gonna be your rival, and I'm gonna make Dad proud, and I'm gonna have Finesse, marry Finesse or Finice or however you say it, and Lingris is like, okay, hey, let me talk to you real quick.
As soon as he steps out.
Yeah, and he steps out and they walk down the hallway, and all of a sudden,
saw two girls,
and Finral goes over there and starts asking him. He's like, see, I knew it. You're cursed. You're cursed. And so he's like, hey, I'm not going to give up anything until you can basically
control your urges. Yeah,
control your urges. And he's like, oh, I do have a curse. So there's that, and then Mimosa works out a deal so that they can go to the Heart Kingdom with all them, but they can only take 4 people, so it's Asta, Noelle, Mimosa, and Finral. And Yami borrows a boat.
Nah, he didn't borrow no boat.
He went and yelled at the assistant to get a boat.
Yeah, so he gets a boat from Julius's assistant, and yeah, and so they take off and go to the Heart Kingdom, but also it looks like Vanessa and the other Black Clover members are on their own little mission too, so they don't go to that. So hopefully maybe in future episodes we see what they're going, or they'll probably just back brief us on what probably happens once they all meet up again.
Yeah.
And so they go into the Heart Kingdom, and we find out that basically like the mist surrounds the Heart Kingdom, and that prevents people from entering the Heart Kingdom unless you're allowed.
Yeah.
The queen of the Heart Kingdom. It's like a generational thing. Like each generation, the queen makes a pact with the water spirit,
right,
to protect
the water spirit Undyne, and basically the kingdom's been around for 1,200 years. They make the pact, and supposedly the whole for the queen of the kingdom, her whole mana zone is the kingdom itself. So it's massive. It's crazy.
That's a huge mana zone.
Yeah. And so she can see and manipulate water throughout. So I guess water runs throughout the kingdom, and basically, like, I guess provides power to everyone.
And then we meet,
Gaja.
Another lightning user.
He drops in on
to greet him. It's like, hey, welcome. You know, we're gonna go see the queen. Just continue ahead, and you know, there's a waterfall, and then the queen makes steps for them. So
he even gives them like something to drink.
Yeah. But it only tastes good if you fill it with magic, and you know everyone's like, oh, what is this drink? It's so good, and Asta's like, oh, mine's not sweet at all, and he's like, Noel, put some magic in here for me. And all of a sudden after that, Asta gets swallowed up by a water ball and starts getting taken off, and they're like, hey, what's the meaning of this? And they go start chasing after Asta, all three of them. And
Gaja wasn't having that.
Yeah, Gaja wasn't having that, and he starts like, kind of like ranking them. He's like, oh, this spatial user is you know, rank 3 or stage 3, and you know, then Noelle busts out and with her water armor trying to start fighting him, and he's like, oh, she's a stage 1, and Mimosa's like a stage 3 too as well. And so then it cuts to Asta, and Asta gets transported into this cave.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, Water Knights started attacking him, and he starts trying to get them all, and then we see the kingdom spirit, water spirit, Undyne, and she's telling him, like, hey, you know, you're pretty powerful, but, you know, you have no magic. You would be ranked, you know, stage 9 in our kingdom. And he's like, what? And she's like, oh, I guess y'all don't have a ranking system. So as she pulled him underneath the water, as she traps his hands with like water shackles underneath the water. And she's like, oh, the rank stages are from 9 being the lowest, and it goes all the way up to stage 0, which then it cuts back to Gaja, which we're assuming he's a stage 0 user. And so all three, Noelle, Mimosa, and Finral start fighting Gaja.
It took 3 to beat him.
Well, they not technically beat him yet. We don't know
yet.
To
hit him.
They hit like contend with him.
But of course, I mean,
I guess the spatial magic did catch him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Spatial magic is kind of rare because they've only been like very few users that have it.
Yeah.
So
only 2 people have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all fighting him, and they wound up landing a punch the sea dragon roar from Noelle using spatial magic, and Mimosa's her to be able to see the battlefield magic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Gaja's a thunder magic user.
He definitely about to clap them with lightning.
Yeah, he was trying hard.
And it seems like the theme of this kingdom might be that a lot of the users are
rooted
in nature.
Yeah,
magic.
because he even says, you know, nature. You humans can't defeat our nature magic, basically. Yeah. And so they wound up landing a punch on him and send him flying, and then it cuts back to Asta and
Noelle. God damn it.
Now you messed me up.
Yeah, there it is.
You messed me up with doing that. Sekiri comes in and breaks the chain, and Asta, you know, uses his key to sense the actual true queen, because, you know, he was thinking that Undyne was the queen, but it's not. You see this, he's like, oh, there's a person over here. Let's go see what it is, because they have air. And so he shoots in, and that's where the episode ends. He's like, pardon my intrusion, I'm coming in. So, great episode.
I mean, it's cool to finally see some of the new characters and the new types of magic.
Rune magic.
Yeah, I think that's what that lightning is, rune magic. I mean, he seems pretty powerful. And it's going to be interesting.
And I want to see who's the person there that holds the devil power.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this other curse. Well, we're about to find out. Hopefully, on the next episode, we get to see more.
Do you think it's the queen? The queen's part of the devil power?
I mean, it's definitely a high possibility, but I think it may be someone else. But
I think the only reason I think it's the queen, because remember how they said that her mana zone's an entire kingdom. If you look at the thing, it's all lit up. So maybe the queen is actually a curse.
And that's like a pretty OP combination to have devil powers, but then also be good with magic. Because imagine if, you know, Asta actually had magic.
Yeah,
he could cancel out magic.
Yeah.
Are you getting all the devil powers? You get different affinities. Like also just happen to be.
Well, his one that has cancel magic. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I was just saying. That's just saying. Imagine if he had magic and he still had.
Right, because the Undyne did kind of say like, "Oh, your devil cancels magic."
Yeah.
So it seems like each devil does something kind of different.
One may give you a times 10 boost in magic or mana, and that could just be hers where she gets the much
that
mana.
One devil had word magic. You know, so. And
he could regenerate and keep moving his mouth, and so again, it's just based on what devil you get.
Yeah, I think Goss's devil is probably like number 1 devil.
Not even.
The way he acts, and every time we see it,
think about this. How many people did it take to beat the other devil? It took the Wizard King, another person,
Yami,
Lights,
but the way his devil, he acts like he's the number 1 though.
But he's not. It took a whole.
I mean, I think they're all pretty cocky, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it took a lot of people to beat one devil. So Asuna is definitely number 1. He's just happy.
He just has a really unique power that kind of fucks other people up.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's far from being number 1 right now. Cause that word.
I wouldn't say he's number 1. I'm just saying devil. His devil thinks he's number 1.
Yeah, I think that's like the personality of all the devils. They're like cocky and manipulative and fucking evil, you know.
Yeah. So.
Predictions.
I feel like the
Do you really think that's the queen though?
I think that is the queen. We noticed she is the queen.
No, yeah, whoever the person behind the white champion is going to be the queen.
The queen. I think she's I think the queen. No one really gets to see that person because I bet she's very timid. And I bet Undyne, the water spirit, really does most of the show and everything.
Oh, okay. Because they make it seem like the queen is like this bigger figure. So I was like, is that really the queen?
Yeah.
Didn't they show her? They showed her when.
They show her in the
Yeah, she was talking. She was saying that.
They showed that person, but they never said like that was the queen.
I mean, she was like talking like we need that devil part. That seemed like that was her.
Yeah. They allude to it. She's sitting in the throne.
Yeah, and she was like, we need that devil part.
Everybody get thrones. Even Superman got a throne. Batman got a throne. I'm just saying, everybody got thrones.
I know, but I'm pretty sure that person in the water thing is either the queen. It has to be the queen.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the queen.
Yeah.
But we're going to find out next week.
That's right.
So I'm waiting.
Be interesting. All right, check us out next week for next week's episode of Black Clover. I'm Asia Nick.
I'm Ron from Chicago.
I'm FC2K.
Hit that like and subscribe button.
It's free.
Don't forget to stay safe.
Yep.
Play us out.